Mom texted me, "We don't trust you anymore." I replied, "Got it." The text message hit me like a punch to the gut. "We no longer trust you. We've changed all the locks." But the real shock came 2 days later when their lawyer called, practically begging for my help. That text, "We changed all the locks on the front door, including the gate code. We no longer trust you." It's a sentence that burns into your memory, no matter how many years crawl by. It landed in my inbox at 8:14 a.m. sharp, almost like Mom had rehearsed it all night, finally ready for her big performance. I just stared at it, not because I was surprised. Deep down, I knew this was coming, but because it felt so corporate, so clinical, like I was being formally dismissed from the family. The world seemed to hold its breath, waiting for my reaction to the insult. And I, without a single flinch, typed back, "Understood. Very smart. But I believe you forgot one detail." I didn't wait for a reply. My thumb went straight to the banking app. I found the recurring payment, that monthly $4,800 mortgage transfer I'd been making on their house, the one they'd so generously gifted to my sister, and I canceled it. Instantly. They always said Marissa earned it because she had grandchildren. Me? I only offered disappointment, apparently. 2 days later, a new message popped up. Different number this time. No passive-aggressive emojis, no ellipses. Just a stark, all-caps subject line from a law firm. "We have an issue. Please call quickly." I never did. By the time that email landed, the issue was already resolved in my mind. But let me rewind a bit. Because stories this ugly don't start with betrayal. They start with love, or at least the desperate act of trying to express it. They begin with a child, a son, who keeps saying yes, hoping that one day it will finally mean something. One day they'll say thank you. One day, he'll be important. For years, that child was me. I paid the bills. I solved their problems. I carried the weight. They'd call, and I'd answer, until that morning when the locks changed. But a far more important change had already happened. I had changed. Honestly, I didn't see it as merely helping. I truly believed I was saving my family, saving the house, keeping some delicate balance intact. If you'd asked me back then, I'd have shrugged and said, "I'm just supporting them. I can afford it." But it wasn't just anything. It was their mortgage, almost 4 years straight, $1,800 every single month like clockwork. An automatic debit from my account, like I was paying some kind of holy family tax. And that was just the mortgage. Add in utilities, property insurance, internet fees, and that emergency roof repair after a storm ripped off half the shingles. Every single dime. My name, my credit, my hard-earned money. And not a single thank you in return. No, they never thanked me. And my sister Marissa? Oh, she was always facing a new crisis. Credit card maxed out. I paid it. Car needed brakes. I covered it. Daycare was prohibitively pricey. I sent cash, just until she figured it out. 3 years later, she was still figuring things out. And I never said no. Not once. Because I genuinely believed this was what family did. Until I slowly, painfully realized it was exactly what they expected. The first real crack in my carefully constructed illusion appeared on a quiet Sunday afternoon. I was scrolling through Facebook, waiting for my groceries, when I saw it. A photo. Marissa, my parents, and her kids, all beaming in front of the house, the very house I was paying for, holding a sign that proudly declared "Home Sweet Home," Marissa's present. My mother's caption twisted the knife. "So proud of our daughter for building a future we can all share. This home is in the right hands." I had to read it again, and again. Marissa's home. Right hands. There was no mention of me. No tag, no photo credit, not even a casual, "We're grateful for Jordan's support." Just them, smiling on a porch I had literally paid for. The comment section was a sickening explosion of emojis, hearts, and claps. "She's such a powerful woman. You're lucky to have her." Even my Aunt Karen chimed in. "Marissa, you deserve every inch of that house." I wanted to hurl my phone across the store, shatter it. But I didn't. I just stared, as if it were a fresh, tender bruise I wasn't quite ready to touch. A few days later, a cold dread creeping in, I called the bank. Just to confirm, was the mortgage still in my name? It was, the woman said. But then, so casually, she added, looks like there was a request submitted last week to change the primary contact to a Miss Marissa Harper. My heart simply stopped. They hadn't completed the verification, she explained, but the documents were definitely being processed. I hung up, my mind reeling. Then I dove into my bank statements. That's when I saw it. An extra $2,400 gone from my checking account. An unauthorized transfer to a card I knew instantly. Marissa's emergency visa, the one I'd gotten for her when she was temporarily unemployed 2 years ago. I messaged her, trying to keep my voice calm in text. Have you used my card again? Marissa's reply was dismissive. Jordan, don't make this a thing. We needed groceries and the kids needed shoes. I assumed we were still sharing that one. No, we were not. I typed back, the anger bubbling. She didn't reply, but Mom did. Honey, Marissa is going through a lot right now. She said she'll repay you. Let's avoid starting a conflict over a few dollars. A few dollars? When it came to me, $2,400 was a few dollars. But when Marissa missed a phone payment, it was a disaster. Then came the group chat. They'd renamed it Family Circle, even though I'd never changed it. Someone uploaded a meme, a man handing over his wallet. Caption, Big Brother energy. Pay now, ask never. My cousin chimed in. Tag Jordan. Then, yo, can we get you to cover my student loans too? Even my father joined the mockery. Only if you rename your child after him. Gotta keep the donor happy. I just stared at the screen, my stomach clenching. Nobody, not a single soul, defended me. There wasn't even a joke to lighten the blow. Just open, brutal ridicule. I exited the chat. They added me back. I left again. And then, finally, I blocked them all. By the way, if this story is hitting close to home, or just plain shocking you, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss what happens next. Trust me, it gets even wilder. But nothing compared to what happened that Friday. I was mowing the backyard, a yard I dutifully maintained for 3 seasons, because as my father always said, it's not worth hiring anyone when you're around anyway. The mower sputtered, and I paused for a water break. The kitchen window was open, and that's when I heard them. Mom and Marissa, their voices, clear and piercing. So natural, as if this conversation had happened 100 times before. Marissa chuckled. Did you see his face when I told Aunt Karen the house was mine? He didn't even blink, like a puppy just happy to sniff the plate. Mom giggled in agreement. It's almost done. Once the paperwork's through, he won't be able to say a thing. He's the one who insisted on keeping it in his name. That's on him. Then Marissa again, her voice dripping with casual disdain. Honestly, it's better this way. He's always been distant, like a guest with a wallet. And then came the words that didn't just break me, they reset me. They sealed the deal. Mama, he's not family anymore. He's just a sponsor. I froze. I stood there, water bottle in hand, watching the drops trickle down my fingers, feeling like blood. That was it. The absolute, undeniable end of every illusion I had ever clung to. Not family, a sponsor. They had no idea I was listening. They didn't see me slowly, quietly walk away. But in that moment, that single, casual statement shattered something that had been crumbling for years. And I swear to God, something entirely new began to grow in its place. Not rage, not anguish, just cold, hard resolve. They certainly didn't expect me to show up. The invitation arrived in a stiff white envelope, gold trim, embossed lettering. Please join us in celebrating Diane Harper's 60th birthday. No signature, just from your family. 60 guests. A grand venue. Full catering. A slideshow. I heard it was meant to be a legacy event. I didn't RSVP. I didn't call. I just circled the date in bright red on my calendar and began to prepare. 3 days before the party, I printed a document. It was 211 pages long. The total, $311,115.84. Every single financial contribution. Mortgage, utilities, repairs, insurance. Each line item meticulously detailed, date, purpose, and a copy of the bank transaction. I saved it all to a USB drive. Along with the audio from that open window, their voices crystal clear. He is no longer family. He's only a sponsor. Screenshots of those group chat conversations, calling me the wallet. Photographs of receipts for Marissa's endless emergencies. Even the email where my sister had submitted paperwork to have the house fully transferred into her name, quietly behind my back. If she owned the house, she was also responsible for the loan. That morning, I messaged my grandfather. He didn't reply. I didn't need him to. The venue was exactly as I'd pictured it. White linen tables, massive 6-foot balloons, a projector cycling through baby pictures and beach trips. Waiters in black ties, cousins in cocktail dresses, and my mother, resplendent in an emerald green gown, standing proudly in front of a placard that declared, "A house is not a home without family." I almost barked out a laugh. I arrived 15 minutes late, deliberately. When I walked in, head swiveled. Some offered hesitant smiles, others visibly stiffened. Marissa caught my eye, blinked twice, tried to force a grin, and quickly turned back to the crowd. I didn't acknowledge anyone. I simply found a seat at the back. They didn't waste a moment. Marissa delivered the opening address, rambling about sacrifice, about love, about true family. Someone else spoke of how this year had brought them closer together. On the screen behind her, a photo of the house, captioned, "Built with love, passed down on purpose." No mention of me. Then came a toast. My mother took the microphone, dabbed her eyes theatrically, and surveyed the room like a queen bestowing her final blessing. "I'm so proud of my daughter, Marissa. She's shown what legacy truly means, and I'm grateful that this home, our home, will stay in the right hands." Applause. Smiles all around. Until I stood up. I walked gently towards the microphone. I wasn't going to say anything tonight. I began, my voice surprisingly soft. "But since we're talking about legacy, let's do the math." The projector flickered. Then my mother's voice, clear as day. "He is no longer family. He is just a sponsor." And Marissa, giggling, like a puppy just happy to sniff the plate. Gasps ripped through the room. People leaned forward. A woman dropped her wine glass, shattering the silence. I clicked again. The screen changed. A screenshot. That group conversation. Tag Jordan. Only if he names his child after the bank. Then the ledger. Line after line. $1,800 times 48 months. Repairs. Maintenance. Property tax. "If this house now truly belongs to Marissa," I announced, my voice gaining strength, "then I'm here to present a bill. Not a favor. A debt." I held up the printed invoice. 211 stapled pages. The silence was deafening. "Are you serious?" Marissa shrieked, finally finding her voice. "Dead serious," I replied, my gaze fixed on her. "Unless you want to call it theft." "It was a gift," my mother snapped. "Funny," I retorted, stepping closer. "I didn't sign a gift certificate. I signed every check." My father stood up, menacing as if ready to lunge. I turned to face him directly. "Want to talk about the loan application you filled out using my name as a co-signer without telling me? Because I've got that too." He slowly, reluctantly, sank back into his chair. Just then, the double doors swung open. My grandfather walked in. He didn't say a word at first. He walked straight to the front of the room, past the stunned faces. All 60 guests watched in silent disbelief as he took the microphone, looked around the room, and then, his gaze settling hard on my father, spoke slowly. "You raised a thief," he said, his voice quiet but cutting. "And a coward. You tried to bury your son in silence. But the thing about mud is, it doesn't hide footprints for long. The trust is yours now," he added, turning to look at me, a flicker of something like pride in his eyes. "The one your father tried to redirect. I changed it last week. Marissa's name has been removed completely." The gasps were louder this time. My mother's face utterly cracked, her composure shattered. Marissa's knees buckled, and she grabbed the back of a chair to keep from falling. "You want a legacy?" Grandpa thundered, staring directly at them, his voice echoing through the stunned silence. "Earn it the hard way." He dropped the microphone, literally, and walked out. I took the 211-page invoice and placed it carefully on the gift table, right between a stack of boxed wine and the glossy family photo albums. "You changed the locks," I announced, my voice carrying clearly to the very back row. "I changed my future. I'm not your donor. I'm your debt collector. Then I walked out. I didn't stay for cake. I didn't shake a single hand. I didn't look back. The celebration was over, and so was the falsehood. The next morning, I woke up to 57 unread texts. My mother's came first. You embarrassed me for my birthday. You mocked your own blood. Then my dad. I don't care what you believe you are owed. You will not see a single penny. And predictably, Marissa uploaded a black screen to her Instagram story with some saccharine quote about wounds from those who were supposed to heal you. The comments were a parade of ambiguous sympathy. You don't deserve this. Mama, stay strong. Family will ruin you more quickly than strangers. None of them knew she had called me a pocketbook from behind a locked window. None of them had seen the invoice, but somebody else had. 2 days later, my phone rang. Unknown number. I answered, purely out of curiosity. Greg Harper. A calm, clear voice said, "My name is Philip Grant. I'm an attorney representing your parents. I'd like to discuss a potential financial resolution." I didn't speak. "They're not looking for a lawsuit," he continued, sensing my silence. "They want this to go away quietly. No press, no social media. In exchange, they're willing to offer a settlement." I slumped back in my chair. "Let me guess," I replied. "Half the amount I'm owed, in exchange for my silence." "A reasonable amount," he countered, given the informality of the arrangement. I almost laughed. "Philip," I said, "I have every single receipt, every deposit. I have audio of them mocking me. I have their voices on tape admitting exactly what they did." "I'm aware," he replied, his tone stiffening. "That's why we're calling." "Then here's what we'll do," I explained, my voice firm. "Full repayment, every single cent, or I file a public claim and attach the audio as evidence. You've got 72 hours. There was a long pause. "Understood," he finally said. "I'll be in touch." Exactly 72 hours later, the wire transfer hit my account. $311,115.84, labeled as reimbursement settlement. No further liability is admitted. It didn't come from my parents, not even Marissa. The sender was a private business account registered to someone I didn't recognize. Probably a worried friend of my father's, or some desperate loan shark. And that, somehow, made it even better. I printed the transaction, filed the papers, saved it 6 different times. I didn't respond, didn't thank them, didn't say anything. I wasn't there to make peace. I was there to get paid. A week later, I shared a video. The background was clean, unassuming. There was no rage in my voice, only clarity. Some people argue that closure is about forgiveness. For me, a wire transfer marked the end of the process. That $311,115.84 was the cost of 4 years of silence, of obedience, of funding someone else's fantasy. They called me family, then they called me a sponsor. Now, I guess they'd say I was settled. I blurred out the account numbers, but left that grand total clearly visible. "This isn't about hatred," I said into the camera. "This is about facts, and facts come with receipts." The post went viral again, but this time it exploded. Therapists shared it. Adult children of toxic parents swarmed it. One guy even DM'd me, saying it gave him the courage to cancel his mother's auto lease. I didn't respond. Later that day, my father left a voicemail. "So that's it? Do you honestly believe that money can heal everything? Do you think you've won? You are no longer part of this family." I deleted it without listening to the rest. They had changed the locks. I had changed the terms. Now, I live in a small, modern apartment with massive windows and a profound silence. No endless family group chats. No frantic late-night calls for immediate assistance. No guilt trips disguised as concern. People sometimes ask if it hurts to be done with them. It doesn't, because the reality is I'm not finished. I am free, and that freedom, it cost precisely $311,115.84. People keep asking if I feel lighter now, if cutting off my family brought me peace, or closure, or whatever buzzword they like to use. The answer is simple: I don't feel lighter. I feel clearer. Calm isn't always about weightlessness. Sometimes, it comes with gravity, a grounded, firm sense that you are finally, irrevocably on your own side. After everything, they vanished, just as I'd predicted. No calls, no letters, no "we miss you." Just silence. Not the kind that aches, but the kind that affirms the truth. I was never their son. I was a service member. And when I stopped working, I stopped mattering. 2 months later, I finally learned to love mornings. The way sunshine pours through clean windows. The sound of coffee brewing, not texts demanding favors. No group chats begging, "Can you transfer money quickly?" No passive-aggressive, "Guess who hasn't called their mother recently?" My phone is quiet. My hands are steady. And I've stopped waiting for people to ask how I'm doing, unless they actually care about the answer. Strangers, or those who only know part of the story, still sometimes ask, "But they're your family." I nod. Yes, just as a cage remains a home if you've never known anything else. But I stepped outside, and the air out here doesn't demand proof of my usefulness. I don't tell the entire tale anymore, not unless someone truly earns it. There's no thrill in retelling trauma, only exhaustion. So today, when people wonder why I'm not close to my family, I simply explain that I stopped mistaking access for affection. That usually shuts them up. I used to check my old accounts, just to see if anyone had reached out. They didn't. Not once. No apologies. No explanations. Not even another guilt trip veiled as concern. Nothing but silence. As if $311,115.84 of my existence was an administrative error they corrected by simply deleting me. Fine. Let them pretend. They're good at pretending. What's the worst part? They probably still believe I care. That I'm out here stewing in rage, waiting for an apology, secretly hoping they'll change. I'm not. I've seen them for what they truly are. And when the mask slips that far, you don't wait for it to come back on. You walk away. You don't check your rearview mirror. Forgiveness? That's a word people use as a blanket when they're feeling guilty, when they want your comfort without having earned it. Forgiveness demands acknowledgement, accountability, and regret. They offered none of that. So, I'm not giving anything back. My therapist once asked me, "What would you say to them now, if they were in front of you?" I thought about it. I sat in that chair, breathing gently, trying to conjure their faces, those familiar masks honed over years of denial and deception. I said nothing. I wouldn't say anything, because that would imply they still have access. But they don't. There is no key anymore. No emergency contact. No bank accounts with shared permissions. No number saved, just in case. I removed all traces of them from my life. Not out of spite, out of necessity. That's pretty much how survival works. It doesn't come with fireworks. It just comes with locked doors and a clean slate. Sometimes, I imagine them telling people I cut them off because of money. That I was always distant. That I lost it. Let them. Let them keep their softened, flattering versions, where they are victims of the ungrateful child who dared to say no. They need their fiction. I have the facts. Facts don't beg. They don't whine. They don't tremble under inspection. Facts sit stationary. They wait. They endure. Just as I did. Now I live. Not in a fairy tale. Not in retribution. Just life. Real. Boring. Mine. I work. I rest. I laugh when it's funny. I eat when I'm hungry, not when I'm asked to attend a family meal where I'll pay the tab and be forgotten. I remember my mother telling me years ago that if I ever left, they'd fall apart. And she was right. They did. But I didn't. I am not broken. I am not bitter. I am not waiting. I'm just finished. Not as a warning. Not as a statement. As a fact. Like a locked phone. Like a clean inbox. Like a phone number that rings once and goes nowhere. No forwarding. No comeback. It's just me. Whole. And free. So after hearing all of this, I have to ask, what would you have done in my shoes? Or have you ever had to draw a line this definitive with your own family? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I really want to hear what you think.